This is Jason Padgett. I made a video regarding the correlation of his understanding on how the universe works with Walter Russell's teachings named geniuses speak the same language. But I never made a video regarding his interesting story. This video tells that story. Jason is the man who suddenly became a mathematical genius after being attacked outside a karaoke bar. These two guys, who is trying to rob him, attack him on the back. He became unconscious for a moment, and the next thing he knew, he is on the ground and got kicked from all direction. Jason thinks that he is about to die, but before he die, he must fight back. He bites the attacker's feet, only to crack his front teeth. Jason had no idea why he was being attacked. And after hearing one of the guys said, "Give me your goddamn jacket," he gave the jacket and they ran away. Jason said that he saw a flash of light when his head was being hit. He brought to the hospital only to give him a strong pain reliever and sent him home. Since then, his vision to the outside world has changed. He thought that it is due to the pain medicine, but the next day, he wakes up with the same changes on his vision. He locked himself out in his house, feeling that the outside world is no longer safe for him. He go out sometimes, but only when necessary, and only during at night, when no one is around. He covered his window during the day with 3 layers of blanket to avoid light from coming in, just to keep himself fall asleep. He tried hard to make sense with these changes that happened to him, and after years of coping up with these changes, he began to see the beauty of what his eyes see. Jason thinks that this must be how our reality works. He then began to draw what appears to be a geometric patterns based on how he sees the world. One day when he ran out of food, he had to go to a grocery store. He carried within him all his drawings, afraid that someone might steal it, for he is positive that he is in the verge of great discovery. Jason stopped by at some place, and there was this guy, who happened to be a physicist, saw his drawings, and was able to describe what he drew. The physicist said to him that he seems to talk about space-time geometry and discrete structure of space, but he never knew someone that do it in layman terms or drawn it on paper. The guy suggests that he should attend math classes so he could familiarize himself with the traditional mathematical terms that could help him make more sense with what he's been doing. So, Jason Padgett did and got A's all his grade on this subject. This step gives a new meaning to his life. He met his wife, got 2 beautiful children, and he can't help himself but explored further this major changes that happened to him. His acquired condition forced him to see the world in totally different way. From the life of partying, drinking beers, chasing girls and saying math is stupid, thinking that it has no application in his world, now know that the world itself is math. His head injury makes him realize the mathematical nature of our reality. His interesting view of reality gained more and more attention, especially to those who want to know the truth. He got invited as guest speaker on TED Talks, TEDx, and some more. He was also interviewed on televisions and some online platforms. Here are some of his drawings. Jason said that space-time are made of spinning quantum state vectors, which is spinning light wave projected from a centering black hole. When this spinning quantum state, vectors interact with each other. When their spin are coherent, they create a constructive interference that leads to a beautiful geometric patterns such as we see on his other drawings. And when they are incoherent or out of phase, they lead to destructive interference. He added that all motion moved relative to a grid-like structure of space like pixels on a television screen. This is the hexagonal pattern that we see in the background of his drawings. This must be what Walter Russell referred to as corner cube projector. This is how Jason sees the world. He sees the world in picture frames, but in 3-dimensional. Jason said that there's really nothing move. What appears to be moving are merely a series of still images of changing patterns. Like when you watch a video on a television screen and you constantly hit pause on your remote. He said it is like that, but only in real time. Jason said that our brain interprets that the object is accelerating when the picture frames are getting farther and farther apart, and decelerating when the picture frames are getting closer and closer. Jason added that all effects in nature are based upon waves, and all waves are subject to the Doppler effect. Take a look at the sound wave, for example. Jason, put it this way. Imagine a car passed by you and you hear the sound. Now imagine there's a copy of you at a far distance where the car is approaching. Relative to you, you hear a low-pitched sound as the car moved away from you, but the copy of you hear a high-pitched sound, while another copy of you who drove the car hear a medium-pitched sound. When you ask, what sound did the car was making for real? Is it a high pitch to the person on the left, low pitch to the person on the right, or medium pitch to the person on the car? Now imagine if there are multiple copies of you from all directions, observing that same car, each would hear a unique sound, and each is real and valid. Same idea applies to light, for light is also a wave. When we see this guy's shirt, we see it is color blue, but in reality, it is every color in existence. Why? Because blue is just a wave with amplitudes compressed closer together. Now imagine that guy has a twin wearing the same color, and we shoot his twin close to the speed of light. That compressed light wave will stretch farther, and we can observe it changes to red. Now imagine there's a lot of people moving at different velocity. Looking at that same shirt, each will perceive a different color, and each perception is real and valid. We always witness arguments between people taking their stand, defending their own version of reality, not knowing that their view are as real as your own. It's just that by you, they are unrealized. So we must learn to step at their own shoe. And finally, another interesting correlation Jason Padgett brought out is that our so-called reality can be likened to a vinyl record. What a vinyl record is that it is a record of the idea of music in the form of wave-like pattern called grooves in spiral direction. And when the stylus traced those grooves, it reproduced the music for your ears to hear. Those grooves are nothing more but wavy lines that has no meaning to anyone until the stylus read it and interpreted by someone who knows its meaning. Jason said that a black hole is a cosmic vinyl record, but instead of playing music, it plays a cosmic cinema, which we perceive as our reality, which you and me are part of. Jason talks about black hole as a cosmic hard drive, while Walter Russell considered black hole as a macrocosmic inert gases, such as he considered our own solar system as a macrocosmic element iron. Walter Russell considered inert gases as nature's recording system, and compared it to a phonograph record. Every idea, thoughts, and imagination has an inert gas chemical representation that spirals away from the centering source. How these records are being read is by turning outside in. For inert gases are formed by matter turning inside out. Jason's blindness to motion made him unveil the hidden secret of our reality. And as he lives, he wants to share his knowledge to many people as he can, to let us know that the science of creation is not far-fetched and can readily be understood if you open your mind towards understanding it. Jason is the living testament of truth. His understanding yet confirmed the knowledge acquired by Walter Russell during his 49 days of illumination. They both know that our infinite universe are merely just repetition of a finite process of creation which can easily be learned and applied. Jason Padgett moves on, despite the greater resistance to mainstream physics that base their knowledge on effect instead of knowing the simple underlying cause. He founded his own theory of quantum information holography, or QIH, which offers greater possibility of uniting existing theories of general relativity and quantum physics. Whatever theory he had come up with, it is surely the same language as what Walter Russell has spoken.
Now I for sure see it as a gift. I get great comfort knowing that the universe is math. Everything literally is math.
Thank you for watching, and until next time.